one of the ways to create a really smooth and really relaxed visit and to make it a much more efficient process is through good administration and good management. I'd say that 3 key areas to focus on are having a really clear booking system, providing really relevant and informative resources, and then on the day, making sure that both teachers and the staff on site have really clear expectations. In terms of bookings, it's really important to have a dedicated person to actually take the bookings, someone to actually discuss the essentials with. So, for example, that might be discussing risk assessments, health and safety requirements, and also things like the adult-to-child ratio for the school visit.
A school will either contact me either by telephone or by email, and at that point we have a conversation with the teacher about what they'd like to do, when they'd like to come. We are tied in so that if they want to visit the house, it has to be on a Wednesday, Thursday or Friday morning, and they have to be accompanied. So we do have some limitations there.
I think it's also important that you check that your booking forms are really clear, and in terms of helping that, making sure that you're asking the right questions.
We talk about when they would like to visit, how many are coming, what sort of education programme they're looking for, which of our sessions they would like. We talk about if we can be flexible, if we can fit into their national curriculum. So we try to be very flexible with what we can offer.
If there is a school with special educational needs, then we have that conversation. We've put it on the booking form so that we don't need any information. We just ask if there's short attention span, mobility difficulty, wheelchair users, and we ask all teachers to complete the booking form and send it back to us.
I think it's really important to provide informative teachers' resources. So, for example, you could create an information pack and send it by email, for example, or by post. And this should contain all the essential information for a visit, all the logistical side of things. Where are the accessible spaces? Does a class need dividing before the visit? What to do if, for example, a teacher needs to cancel their visit? And also, what are the times of the actual sessions?
I think it does help to send information out before the visit. That's primarily because even though we offer a free pre-visit and we strongly encourage schools to do that, most teachers don't have the time to do it.
I think it's also really important as well to make sure that there's really clear workshop content that actually shows what's happening in the programmes that the schools are actually attending, and wherever possible, linking those to national curriculum links. I think an information pack should contain policy information. For example, are your staff DBS checked, including volunteers? What's the actual ratio of adults to children that's needed for the school visit? What about risk assessments? Have you considered all the relevant risks and how they actually could affect the children in your group? And also it's important to have a think about the health and safety information as well, pre-visit. In addition, I think it's really important to ensure that your website's up to date and contains really clear information that in a sense reinforces the information that you'd send out via email and via post to your teachers. I think it's very important to have clear expectations on the actual day of the visit. From the moment that a school arrives to the moment that the school departs, it's really important that teachers and children feel that there's a really good sense of order and a sense of calm.
We meet all coaches on the main driveway. As they come in, there's a coach meeting point which has an A board there.
We're either dressed as I am today in our Victorian costumes, or if it's a World War II project that the children are working on, we dress up in our World War II costumes. We always meet them at the gate of the museum because that really is a very nice way to welcome them in.
I think the most important thing is to really ensure that everybody in your organisation greets the schools with a warm smile and a warm visitor welcome, so that everybody feels relaxed and engaged and welcome in your particular organisation. It's also really important that on arrival, teachers and children know where to put their coats, their bags, their packed lunches, and where there's storage space for all these things. And also, if you're an outdoor site, where do you go for lunch if, for example, the weather changes and it starts to rain.
If it should be wet and we've already got the use of the church hall, then the children go back and they have their lunch in there because they've got facilities for hand washing, toilets and so on.
I think it's important as well to run through health and safety procedures and also to make sure that there's really strong communication so that everybody on your site knows the arrangements.
We always have a timetable. We set with the school the time from when they come, the time that they know they have to be leaving.
We have a set time we have to be out of the house before we open to the visitors. When the coach arrives, we'll look at our watches and we'll work out a swap over time between us so that the classes have as much time doing the activities that they've booked.
So at the end of the day, what we want is for it to be a fun, efficient and smooth operation that allows children to really enjoy their experience and to really engage them with you on your site.